Hi, this is Michael Beck, and welcome back to Royal Grown Radio. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Rick Elliott.
Why, hello.
And we are talking with Riley from Emerald Queen Farms and Craig from Talking Tree Farms, Satori Movement, and so much more. We've been having a really great conversation and just had a really cool crash course in art. These guys are just rapping about all of the really amazing graffiti art in this building in Rampart. And we're talking about punk music, and there's a big show coming up here, guys, right?
Yes, DRI, Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, out of Texas. Old school, early 1980s. I want to say probably like 81, 82. Definitely like really cutting edge, era of punk rock, hardcore music. Back then it was really coming out of England, with the exception of the Ramones and some stuff out of CBGB's in New York City, and it was really just starting to spread around the country. And they were one of the early ones, DRI and Negative Approach and MDC and Suicidal Tendencies. They were like really cutting edge, early days. And man, they're coming into our small little town, and it's going to be pretty damn exciting. For those that are listening, we're sitting here at an indoor skate park, and there's just beautiful, graffiti murals all over. We're sitting right on a part of the ramp right now where we're doing our podcast, and it's a pretty lively spot. And just to think that this band that I've seen in 1987, when I think I was like 12 or 13 years old, is going to be playing right where my chair is pretty epic.
October 27th, mark the date. Rampart, first event.
Arcata, California.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I love how much the art and the music and the cannabis all tie together, and back in the same era kind of exploded in really the late 80s, early 90s. And I'm really interested in how this part of the industry moves forward, and how, skateboarding is becoming super popular again. I guess it never really went away. It's just been this movement, but to me it seems like a resurgence.
Yeah.
And I really love to see that tie-in. What do you think the future of cannabis and skate and art ties together?
I mean, I think they'll always be like ingrained in each other, right? Like, just the people that are attracted to those three things are usually attracted to at least two or three of them at once. So, in skateboarding, skateboarding historically has always come in waves. It'll rise up and it'll slow down. But I think in the last 10, 20 years, like with the emergence of like public skate parks, and now like this year, which was supposed to be last year, it'll be the first year that skateboarding's in the Olympics. And so just that alone is like turning on a whole new generation of like potential skateboarders. And man, it's like just crazy to see, like from being a skateboarder for my whole life to see where skateboarding is today. The level and the skill set of like the kids today is like mind blowing. It's fucking insane. So I see that with music, cannabis, anything in life, right? Like the next generation is just gonna blow the generation before it away in terms of innovation, comfort. Being comfortable is like the first aspect to exploration and creativity, I think. So I think like all levels is just going to keep progressing: music, skateboarding, and cannabis.
It's pretty cool. I think that a lot of what we talk about here on Royal Grown Radio is growing community, and how a lot of the cannabis industry is actually very involved in so many different aspects of their community, whether it's farmers markets or donating to school, plant sales and stuff. Not cannabis plants, obviously,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm talking about. And the skate world, in the last 10 or 15 years, like you said, like the emergence of skateboard parks being put up in so many different cities, and how a lot of these old legendary skaters that really put it on the map in the first place are all getting involved,
Totally.
and raising money and stuff like that. My cousin down in Lakeside, down in San Diego County, actually got the skate park approved for his area, and he got the Tony Hawk scholarship. I think it was like a $50,000 donation.
Awesome.
And had opening day with all the legendary skaters like Caballeros and Tony, and being a skater for his whole life. I'm going to talk about just an epic thing to be involved in for the community, and then also get back immediately, where he's got his picture in the skate park he just got put together with some of the people he's idolized his whole life, Pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, skating's a lot of fun. It like transcends generations, age group, culture. I look at as baseball. Budweiser is to baseball as weed is to skating. So I think there is definitely a connection with cannabis and the skate culture, a deep connection. But in the same sense, there's a lot of really healthy, responsible capacity that comes out of the skate community. For a kid to live in an urban area and maybe not be involved with team sports, all he really needs to engage skating is a pair of his brother's shoes and a beat up skateboard, and his barrier to entry is, basically a kick down. So I think that, seeing the ability for skating in all communities to, expand and thrive is really exciting. Having this opportunity with Craig has been really eye-opening. We want to make sure that this space exists for the community and constantly, provides a safe, fun time for all ages. So that's really the mission with Rampart, and the current mission is like how we develop it and continue it.